Liverpool to make £52 million on the radar signing ahead of Manchester United. Anthony Iraola has already got his era underway at Anfield after the help with completing the transfer of Victor Menas. Even though the Red held striker this summer for some time, the opportunity of Iraola was what they needed to finally get the deal done over the line. Indeed, for much of the window it seemed like Newcastle will sign him as their Anthony Gordon replacement, but much like the transfer of Hugo Ekitike last season, thereds swooped in the final minute to entice him toward Anfield. Iraola was one of the key driving forces behind the deal and signed the Spaniard can fly anywhere across the frontier. He could be one of their most important signings of the window. However, the Reds did need too many new players. There are still a couple of deals that they could be lined up, with the club even about to make a move for one of Manchester United's targets. Liverpool and Manchester United will go head-to-head for Felix Mika. Liverpool and Manchester United are arch rivals, with both clubs trying to out to one another each year. But some both teams need players in the same position this summer. A lot of the players being linked with one club eventually get linked with the other. This has been the same for some time now, and eventually Liverpool have been the one to come out on top. However, with United finishing third and the Reds finishing fifth during the 2025-26 campaign, there could be a case for United being a more tempting option this year. Despite this, a fresh report from Chip has decided that both clubs are trying to sign Borussia Dortmund Felix Mika, with the chairman open to exciting the Bundesliga outfit. Borussia Dortmund midfielder Felix Mika is open to leaving the Bundesliga giant this summer, and sources understand a return to England, with Manchester United now joined by Liverpool in the hunt. It's now again is a very realistic option for the German international Detroit. The 21-year-old has actually himself as one of the most influential midfielders in German football since joining Dortmund from Wolfsburg in 2023, and his stock has risen even further following an impressive World Cup campaign with Julian Nagelsmann's side. Mika, the strong Germany's standout performer in the opening 7-1 victory over Jurgenklopp, producing a compelling display in midfield that only served to reinforce why so many of Europe's top clubs had been tracking his progress. Now, Jim Talk can reveal that individually are actually exploring the market on behalf of the player and sounding out potential destination should he decide that the time is right for a new challenge. While Mika only signed a new 4-year contract with Dortmund in March, sources have informed Jim Talk that his situation is far from set in stone. Indeed, despite that absence of release clause until 2027, just working on a potential move are indicating to interested clubs that a deal could be possible for around £50 million, €60 million, $69 million, and that figure has eventually attracted attention. Felix Mika will be under the radar showing for Liverpool to pull off. Almost every other big Premier League team seems to want a new central midfielder this summer. This means that the price in the market will be so high and could force clubs to think outside of the box. Liverpool could do this by signing Mika, of course. The chairman is wanted by several other big clubs, but with the vast majority of them, including Manchester United, still wanting to acquire the service of Matheus Fernandes. The Reds could have a free run at Mika, of course. For the fee worth around £52 million, they'll need to be sure that he is the right man for the job. But since he played 42 times this season and has a goal contribution from central midfield, it feels like he's be a perfect fit. And the fact that he's only 25 years old and has been called up to Chilean Englishman World Cup squad prove how good he really is.